What is going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in on the episode of Wrestling with Conversation. This is your Monday Night Raw post show on April 18th, 2022. So for the things that was announced for tonight was Finn Balor versus Theory for the United States Champion. We got 24/7 segment with R-Truth. The 24/7 comedy. We got a double wedding. We got Sasha Banks and Naomi taking on Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley for the Women's Tag Team Champion. And then we got the Kevin Owens show where he invited Ezekiel, Elias' younger brother, to take a lie detector test. So that is all that's announced for tonight. There should be a couple more things going on throughout the show. So let's just get into the beginning of the show now. Before I continue, be sure to hit that like button, comment what was your favorite moment of tonight's show, and subscribe if you haven't already. So let's just get into it. So the show started off with Seth Rollins kicking off tonight's show. And then he starts to announce his accomplishments in the WWE. And then CoDyrhodes said, we can either do this back and forth. He said, why not ask the crowd of Buffalo is I'm better than Seth Rollins, as the crowd continues to cheer his name again. And then Rollins said he has an advantage of him as a mystery opponent. Now, they did show a recap of The Miz versus Cody Rhodes, and then Seth Rollins challenging Cody Rhodes to another match at WrestleMania Backlash. Now, Seth Rollins gets in the ring, and he automatically calls out Cody Rhodes to the ring as well. So they get in the ring, the crowd starts chanting Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins plays along with them as well. So he said how Seth Rollins asked Cody Rhodes, how does it feel to be on top of the world? As the crowd continues to cheer Cody Rhodes, he continues to play along. And then throughout the conversation, Rollins said he was going to tell him how much he respects him, his family, his brother, his dad, his journey, but all of his hard work means nothing. Rollins can't stand people thinking that Cody Rhodes is better than him because he beat him at WrestleMania. Rollins said, how about he faces someone in the main event, he stays in the ring, and he chooses an opponent on his own. Cody Rhodes says he didn't come back to the WWE to back away from challenges, to not wrestle. He said he would accept the challenge tonight. And then we coming off a commercial break, we have Sasha Banks we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Eventually there was a quick fun match. I guess there was a moment where Sasha Banks was supposed to, Liv Morgan was holding on Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks had did a backbreaker, but Liv Morgan fell out the way. I'm guessing she was supposed to fall onto Rhea Ripley, but it didn't happen. Sasha Banks went in for a break up the pin. They went for their tag team finisher. They celebrate. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan is in the ring arguing, and eventually Rhea Ripley turns on Liv Morgan. After that, we got a match announced with RKBRO versus the Street Profits in the tag team match. We got Sonya Deville coming out to the ring. She gets in the ring, the crowd's booing her, and before she even gets to say something, the crowd's chanting, what? Now, she comes out. She said she was forced into the manager role. She didn't want to be in the manager role. Then she talks about how Bianca Belair was the best, how she could have been Raw's Women's Champion. She said Bianca Belair is the BEST. She wants to be that. She wants to be the best as well. She took the opportunity, but she said all in the end, it was just business. Bianca Belair comes out. She said, how about we have a match tonight? Sonya Deville quickly declines. If not further, it escalated. Bianca Belair pushed the KOD position on her, and she said put her down before she suspend her before she suspends her. And she got her in a position. Bianca Belair lets her down, and she was saying how she official. She walks away. And then we got VEER in a local competitor match as well. VEER wins this match. I just want to say something real quick about him. I feel like when he first debuted, he should have took out Rey Mysterio, Dominic, and The Miz, so the crowd can choose whether to boo him or not. I feel like they already messed up with his return, but it is what it is. No, complaining is not going to do much about it, so... As we come back from commercial break, Adam Pearce was showing getting off the phone. Son of the vet comes to him and say, "Did you see what Bianca Belair did to her? She's an official. How she should be fined maybe $100,000, $500,000, maybe $500,000. Maybe she should get the biggest EST fine ever." Bianca Belair shows up, and then Son of Velda says, "What are you doing here? This is two officials talking to see your way out." Bianca Belair says she's here to pay her fine. She pulls out a dollar bill, starts smiling and laughing at Son of Velda as she hands the dollar bill to Adam Pearce, and then she walks away. Adam Pearce and Son of Velda, they talk some more. Son of Velda said, "You talk about abusing power, huh?" And then it went away to Kevin Owens. Okay, we get to the Kevin Owens show. This is kind of hilarious to me. They get into it. We got Shad Gabriel as the one to be taking the lie detector test. He asked questions, following questions. He said, "Is Elias your older brother?" Ezekiel said, "Yes." The lie detector said it was true. Then he said, "Is Elias your real name?" He says, "No." The lie detector said he was telling the truth. So further ado, he gets in. Kevin Owens said, "You know what, Chad Gable, you just wasting time. I paid you plenty of money. You're not asking him the right question. You're not asking him the best way." And then Elias said, Ezekiel, Ezekiel says, "You know what? I'm tired of being called a liar. I'm tired of playing Law and Order." He says he's tired of playing Law and Order, and he says he's tired of being called a liar by the biggest liar in the WWE, which was he speaking to Kevin Owens. He says he's excited for his first match in the WWE, and he said, "Why about not him and Kevin Owens fight tonight in the ring?" Kevin Owens quickly declines and says no, but he said he would have an opponent for him tonight as he walks out the ring. And all of a sudden, Shad Gabriel comes from behind and attacks him from behind, which leads to a match between these two. Eventually, match started. Chad Gable was taking advantage at first. He got a bit of momentum on Ezekiel, and he went for the moonsault on top rope. Ezekiel reversed the counters into a spine buster. He got him in an ankle lock position like in the picture while flexing, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, Otis comes up from behind and attacks him, which causes DQ for Ezekiel to win by disqualification as they walks out the ring, and it ended like that with Ezekiel looking in the corner. And then we have RKBRO, the Raw Tag Team Champions, taking on Street Profits. Now, what can we say than what we already seen with these four guys in the ring? They've been in the ring plenty of times, so I won't say much to it. I will just get to the end of the match. Looks like Riddle was setting off for RKO, but the Usos' theme music had played on the entrance screen, but the Usos didn't come out. Riddle and Randy Orton both looking at the stage. All of a sudden, Montez Ford drop kicks Randy off the apron, and then Angela Dolphins take advantage and takes Riddle into the corner, hits the tag team finisher, and then we went for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. The Street Profits are the winners. So yeah, like I said, they put on banger matches, but like I said, there's no tag team division in the Raw's roster. So there's that. we get to AJ Styles and Edge and Damian Priest recap. Edge talks about WrestleMania match against AJ Styles and how Damian Priest joins him. They pretty much talking about they rivalry, setting up their rivalry for WrestleMania Backlash. And at the end, Edge challenges AJ Styles for another match at WrestleMania Backlash. So that should be interesting to see. Now, I'm liking this whole Edge and Damian Priest thing. It also helps Damian Priest out in the long term. So I'm actually looking forward to see what's next for him. There's rumors that Rhea Ripley might join as there were lights flickering in her segment. Okay, as we headed into the United States Championship match, Finn Balor versus Austin Theory. Well, his name is now Theory. Now, before I get too further down into this, I do want to say I'm huge fans of both guys. Finn Balor is good for what he is, and we all know that, but WWE sees otherwise. Now, if they do give Theory the United States champion, then I'm all for it. I'm not disappointed. But like I said, at the same time, Finn Balor does deserve more, and I feel like that arm injury he had when he went against Seth Rollins kind of set him back. But like I said, I hope he finds his way back up. But there's only so much we can imagine. Now, before the match started, we get into AJ Styles backstage segment, and he said as far as the match goes, he accepts the match with Edge at WrestleMania Backlash. As the lights flickers on and off, you see Damian Priest on one side and you see Edge on the other side. AJ Styles throws the first hit on Edge, but it wasn't enough as he tried to defend himself. They ambushed him, they got him on the ground, and they got his arm in like this little cupboard, like the seat cupboard, and they smashed his arm on the top, back and forth, as it goes away to Finn Balor and Austin Theory match. Austin Theory is your new United States champion. He just defeated Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw to become the new United States champion. A couple heels came out there to congratulate him, and then the man himself, Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, came out there to congratulate him. And what a better way than to end it off with a freaking selfie. Thank you. Now listen, I'm a fan of Finn Balor as well. Well, we know how WWE looks at him. We know how WWE thinks of him. So why not be proud of Theory becoming up the next upcoming superstar in our eyes? But you know, we seen this match plenty of times, but either way, it was still a good match. Finn Balor was looking to set Theory off by throwing him outside, doing his top rope finisher, outside dive. Then he went for the top rope finisher, but Theory countered and hit his finish on him for the 1, 2, 3 pinfall. So that was that. And yeah, I enjoyed that match. Now we get to this segment. I know you guys probably won't care about this, so I'm gonna fast forward this. They did all of this. They married each other just to go after the 24/7 championship. But in the end, Daniel Bryan retains the 24/7 champion. And also the crowd was also kept saying what every time somebody say something on the microphone. But it was nice to hear our true theme music once in a while, because we haven't heard it in a long time. But there was nonsense. We get to MVP and OWENS. They challenged Bobby Lashley to an arm wrestling match. Bobby Lashley has an interview. He said, you know what, MVP can't hide forever. Homies might be big and bad, but he will accept the arm wrestler challenge as well. So he will accept the arm wrestler challenge next week. Now, like I said before, Bobby Lashley and MVP could have been faced as a team, but I know OWENS needs the mouthpiece as more than Lashley, so I won't complain much about this. As we head into the main event of Monday Night Raw with Cody Rhodes versus a mystery opponent, but handpicked by Seth Rollins. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say, Raw, I enjoyed 3 full hours, 2.5, well, actually 3 full hours of Raw, except the 24/7 segment, the wedding. It really didn't make no sense. There was some matches announced as well, but it seems like Cody Rhodes' mystery opponent and it seems like the hand-picked mystery opponent that Seth Rollins picked is his friend Kevin Owens. Now, I know I heard they had a dark match on Raw on his first night there, so I heard they was supposed to be good. So I was looking forward to this match. As we get into this match, there were some things there announced it. We got Bianca Belair versus Sonya Deville for the Raw's Women's Championship next week. And we got an arm wrestling challenge, Bobby Lashley and OWENS next week as well. So as we get into the match, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Okay, so Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes start brawling. Kevin Owens get the upper advantage. Cody Rhodes is on the ground. Kevin Owens tries to go for the Swanton Bomb. Cody Rhodes got his knees up, hits the knees. Kevin Owens rolls out the ring. He's on the announce table laying there. Cody Rhodes out of nowhere jumps on him, launches his whole body over Owens, having them both roll over the announce table. Then all of a sudden, we got Seth Rollins. Then Seth Rollins comes out to join the commentary team. And then Kevin Owens tries to go for a pop-up power bomb on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes counters it into a hurricane. He went for a super kick. Kevin Owens went back for another super kick. And then they were about to fall. Cody Rhodes hits a clothesline, having both men fall down to the ground. As Cody Rhodes gets back up, he runs towards Owens. Owens catches him with a pop-up power bomb. Cody Rhodes both on top rope. Kevin Owens knocks Cody Rhodes on the floor, on the ground. Cody Rhodes got back up there. Owens turned Cody up, put him into a vertical suplex off the top rope. Goes for the count. 1, 2. Cody Rhodes got his foot on the rope as he kicks out. He goes outside the ring. He tries to go for a powerbomb apron, but Cody Rhodes flips him on his back. And then that's when Cody Rhodes was in the ring. The referee is counting Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins yelling at Kevin Owens to get back in the ring. And then folks said, get your fat ass back in the ring. So I'm not sure if that's the case, but that made Kevin Owens walk off. He waved his hand at him and said, forget the match, leading to Cody Rhodes' win by a count out. And as Cody Rhodes looked kind of disappointed, he said whatever. He gets on the top rope and he celebrates it out of nowhere. Seth Rollins shoves Cody Rhodes off the top rope. And that was the 7 to end the show. Now, I gotta say, Raw has been good tonight. And I'm not even gonna complain. I enjoy everything about Raw. Except the 24/7 match. Even if we had rematches, it wasn't. Regardless, they had put on a banger, so I'm not gonna complain. It was good. So, Theory winning United States champion, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. This was actually a good match. Damian Priest and Edge ambushing AJ Styles. If you guys. Let me know what you guys think of the show down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this post show. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see me do more post shows, including tomorrow NXT and Friday Night SmackDown show, I'll make this a weekly thing. Just be sure to show some support. I do have a video reaction of Theory winning United States champion. If you want to see that, I will be leaving the link down below in the description. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast, Wrestling with Conversation. That will be the new podcast name from now on. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys be safe out there. Raw was a good show. That means everybody gonna have a good day. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Wrestling with Conversation. Until next time, thanks for watching.